That's cool. Never really paid attention to this table in the background there. It's table?
Yeah.
What's sticking out of it, I wonder? See?
It's like one of Marina's thighs.
I don't know.
No, I don't know. What is that?
You don't really pay attention to the background unless you're not playing.
You gotta catch it when the shadow is on a certain angle.
Is it a clock, maybe?
Maybe it is a sundial.
Oh, a sundial. Okay, yeah.
Let's ask Paco Stevens if he knows. Is that a sundial in the background of this stage?
Okay, yeah, it's a sundial, 16-bit thing. I think the stage looks awesome, personally. It's really cool.
Yeah, this is a wicked recreation of the MK2 tower. I don't... I love playing on that stage, especially even on Super Nintendo. Playing on the tower, that was wicked awesome. Confirmed sundial.
Round 3, fight.
Now we got that cleared up.
Now we can get back to action. It does go through night and day pretty quickly, though, on this stage.
Yep. And it's a really tight match here.
Winter Wars intense. Winter Wars isn't messing around anymore.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that.
Oh, no.
Finish her. Cyrax wins. Round 1, fight.
Maxter, you're pretty much saying what I've been saying for months, but I get blown up for saying it, so at least...
What's that?
At least you're saying it.
What happened?
That Raiden loses quite a few matchups, basically. That people don't think he loses.
Really?
I don't even think he loses a Sector matchup, but Maxter know better than me, so I'll take his word for it.
I still think this game is too young to tell. I think that a lot of the so-called matchup charts will change significantly over the next 6 months or so. If anybody truly vets the the differences, but
Round 2,
I mean, a game that's only 15 months old now, 16 months old. How old?
Yeah,
what, April?
like that, yeah.
16 months. I mean, look at some of these games that are still changing, and they're 15 years old. You know, it's that changes less and less over time. But you know, the more players you have, the more you're gonna find out. There's that Jack's Muay Thai roundhouse that Cyrax has for whatever reason.
Man, Winter Wars is going in now. Putting all the other Cyrax players on blast right now.
Justin Wong got the top 8. Which tournament was it?
Toryukin.
Oh, that's when Dusher Bars was born at Toryukin. He beat some guy, Justin Wong, I heard.
Yeah.
Cyrax wins.
Didn't you finish top 8 at NEC? You finished top 8 at NEC?
No, I got 17.
Oh, okay. For some reason I thought you finished top 8.
Round 1. Fight!
I'll take another head count in here. Who is going to Summer Jam?
Damn, Max, you're putting Revolver on blast.
Damn. Damn. The better player always adapts. Maxter's hilarious. I love Maxter. That is hardcore. That is hardcore. Hardcore. He's like, he's just serving the salt, man. It's like when you like
Unnecessary blow-ups.
when you like add salt to your meal, like he adds meal to his salt. Like he's just got this big plate of salty meal. Kitana wins.
Round 2. Fight!
B-Wiz, what do you think about Rio saying that Cabal beats Raiden 7-3?
Kitana wins.
Demo video in the hallway at NetherRealm. And we saw this. We just saw human Cyrax stand in the back, and we were like, "Yo, fucking Kai!" And like we were like, as we played the game, we're like, "Oh shit, it's Cyrax." Feelings.
Round 1. Fight!
Max, I'll tell him because he asked me to tell him.
Maxer has the most sincere, salty trash talk. Dude, they're in that net for so long.
After this match, I'll tell him.
Like he gets to painstakingly decide like how he wanted to do that combo.
B-Wiz, I thought for the longest you said that match was 5-5 against Sonya. What makes you think it's what has changed?
Yo, NRS, bring back win counts on the above the energy bars for MK10. I want to see the wins in versus mode on the screen at all times.
That would be awesome.
I don't know why it's not. Like you guys forgot or something. Like what? Where'd they go? And thanks for keeping such a clean interface because you give us a lot of room to work with for stream
Round
stream
true.
stuff. Yeah.
Fight!
Yes, Naratuba.
I agree about that, Maxter. They nerf Raiden for no reason. It's ridiculous.
I say nerf him more. Make him unusable.
Then literally no one would play.
Make him unusable. Yo, once again, shout outs to Winter Bar's keyboard. I love that thing. I'm gonna get myself one. $200 it says, but $150. That's worth it.
He's Hollywood. What do you expect?
It is worth it because the keyboard is the most superior gaming control device of all time. As long as there's no locking on the inputs. Because locking is unfair.
Max wants me to tell you something. You.
Go up, 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 up. There you
Tell
go.
Revolver no hard feelings. They're both good players, but Winter Wars is more virtuous and
Round
passionate,
1. Fight.
with his character. Maxer, Revolver said you're a faggot.
That's straight up. That's hardcore.
Literally, that's a quote. Okay, that's not coming
Quote,
from me.
end quote. Dash. Revolver. 19-year-old kid calling you the F word. What do you mean?
Silence wins. Round 2. Fight.
$16-bit. What do you think this matchup is? 6'4" Katana. Thank you. 16-bit.
Kitana wins. Round 3. Fight.
I don't even understand what that means.
I don't even understand what that means, Max. Wouldn't that be like a plantain? Isn't that Dominican? Where they grow plantains down there? They do. Oh man, that is old school. The jump back into the net. That's UNK3 style right there.
Yo, stealing stuff?
He's stealing stuff from 1995. Is that Platano? Is that how that's pronounced?
He said that. And
Kitana wins.
as long as you don't touch his banana.
Don't listen to real stuff.
Just ended
Round
a new
1.
dynamic.
Fight.
He says Revolver is a kid.
We gotta get everything moving.
Kitana wins.
Revolver playing on point right now.
Fight.
Kung Lao should only have armor on the enhanced teleport when he goes up the first side. He shouldn't have it on the second side.
A lot of characters need adjustments, in my opinion.
Oh man, I want to like if I can save up like 100 G's, can I do like the shock patch? Like if I
Oh god, that would be awesome.
that would be awesome. He said, dude, like everybody would just be like, we don't even want to play anymore. Our characters can't do anything. Katana will only be able to throw a fan like every 6 seconds. No, I would. Oh my god, I would like crumble this game down into like the most bare, like rudimentary, basic. Everything would be so limited. Everyone would hate me.
Round 1. Fight.
But then I would give Stryker like 16 buffs.
16
He'd have armor on everything, even his basic moves.
16 bit says. 16 bit says that Revolver would never hook up with Rio. Rio hates Katana.
Oh god. Damn. Yo, I want to start spelling Nerf with a U, N-U-R-F-S. I think that'd be funnier. No, Katana is, she's fine. She shouldn't have, the only thing she shouldn't have is, those, like, invincibility frames on some of her normals.
Round 2.
And she shouldn't have quite as much time to combo on her enhanced ground fan, especially when she gets hit. But other than that, she's okay. Sindel's fine. Nobody's complaining about her. Doesn't Sindel already have armor on her enhanced scream?
No.
She does no armor?
Zero armor.
She has no armor on enhanced scream. I hit for Lise before on one attack he had armor.
B-Wiz.
I know he did.
Yeah, she has nothing. She has armor.
No armor at all. What the hell did he do? Because I like attacked him, and like he took damage, but his move still hit me, and she didn't sell the attack. Maybe I was seeing things.
Yeah, she doesn't have armor.
Wow.
She can't get out of cage's pressure without. Her pokes are slow. Like she has a hard time getting out of cage's pressure.
Wow.
She has to zone him out. B-Wiz, do you think I'm gonna play him on stream now that you've just said that? Come on, man. Like I said, I was only going to play Kenshi on stream anyway tonight.
And I think the chip damage is too high. Sometimes I see like buckets of energy coming off.
Oh yeah, the chip damage in this game is hard.
Like no chip should do more than any basic attack on contact. And I see moves do more chip damage than like down 1 or down 3. I think that's just wrong. I think every hit of chip in this game should be 1 pixel. Just 1. Because that would give players a little more time to think about how to get out of pressure. And it would cause more throw attempts in pressure.
Fight.
Because, like, I don't know. I hate the pressure system in this game. If the characters weren't taking damage, it wouldn't be so bad. But when you're taking, like, literally, like, you have, like 4 or 5 seconds and you're down, like, 20%, you know, I'd rather just, like, take a combo. But you can't just take a combo in this game because every combo is going to lead to some ridiculous damage. And ridiculous damage in this game is not ridiculous at all.
Right.
Just, it is pound for pound. Yeah, absolutely. Chip for, like the first couple hits of attack combo should do like 1, and then the last hit should do 2, and that's it.
Round 2. Fight.
What does the chip in Street Fighter do? What kind of percentage?
Normals don't have chip damage in Street Fighter.
thought they did.
Normals don't chip in Street Fighter. Specials chip, and the damage in Street Fighter is, I think, the closer you get to 0%, every hit does like 10% less. The closer you get, except if it's like a counter or something. Like it's a very interesting way of doing it. So like if you hit like a fireball from full stream in like I want to say third strike, it does like nothing. But I think if you do it as a counter close up, it does a lot of damage, a lot more damage. But like in say like Super Turbo, you hit a fireball like first move of the match, it'll do like I'll just say 10%. But if you hit it like when they're like near danger, it'll only do like by that point like 1 or 2%.
Okay.
That's like a very like broad way of explaining it, but that's how it does it. I like that. And you actually see that in Marvel 3, where the closer they get, not just damage scaling, but the closer they get to killing you, the less every single hit does. So they'll actually be at what looks like death, and they'll take like 3 hits, and they'll still be alive.
Okay.
Whereas in this game, every hit always does the same damage, so far as I know, in like all Mortal Kombats. Whatever it's designated, if it's scaled, if there's damage protection, if it's a regular naked hit, always does the same damage. Which is good, that's fine. But I just don't like the chip.
I don't know if you know this, but any regular wake-up move has 10 frames of invincibility.
Yep.
So,
which is like, that's not the way to do it. Giving moves invincibility just because they wake up is like not the solution. It's better collision is the solution. Like,
I mean, enhanced moves having invincibility is one
absolutely.
thing.
That's perfectly fine. No, shouldn't happen. You should have to earn that wake up. I think you're Max. I think you're oversimplifying this 50-50 situation in Street Fighter. It's just very different.
Oh, it's coming down the wire. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2.
Enhanced. Oh.
That was good. That was good. Wow, that was a good match.
That was hype. I'm not liking the 77 viewers. I want more viewers. Tweet out the stream. We're still going.
Maxter, come down here now. Get on the
exactly. Get us some players. Get us some viewers. Uh-oh. Thank you, Star Charger. I like when people agree with me.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
Third strike is amazing. See, like, yeah, the whole concept of, like, invincibility, like, purely means that, like, the character can't be hit for a certain duration of frames as they're getting up. Like, to me, that doesn't make sense. Like, in this game, it's, like, it's bad enough that they took the Street Fighter ideas, like, you can't be hit when you're on the ground, like, for a certain duration, which, okay, fine. At least that allows you to get up.
Right.
But most of the other Mortal Kombat games didn't have that. Like, you were vulnerable 100% of the time, just you could block.
Right.
So if you landed on the ground and you blocked like a sweep at the end of a juggle, at least you got out of the pressure, you know. But they get that little extra chip damage.
Yeah.
But this game has that same property as Street Fighter, whereas as you're on the ground and getting up, you can't be hit. Now, to say like, okay, now if somebody's gonna pressure me, well, I'm just gonna do a wake up move, and I know that it has invincibility, so it's like guaranteed. Like no, I mean, unless they like really bait it and don't attack or something, just block it. Like that's one thing. But in Street Fighter, it's all about collision boxes. Like, okay, the Dragon Punch was invincible, 100% invincible in Street Fighter 2, but they changed that as time went on. Like, you could bait a Dragon Punch wake-up counter and punish it. Like, very, very simply, you know. Or you could snuff it. That was another thing. You could snuff it as it came out if you did it right. But in this, if they do the wake up, and you attack it, you'll actually see them hit and nobody gets hit. Like they'll just push. Like a character doesn't move. Like you'll just see them push against each other and nothing happens. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, I know what you mean.
Which is why it's
There's a lot of weird stuff in this game.
Which is why it's good that they're bringing back hit trades for Injustice.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea. However, I hope they don't make it a gimmick. Like I hope like if two players hit each other, like the way they do like throw breaks in this is way too labored. Like it's like this outrageous animation just to like break a throw where it's like just break the throw.
Right.
You know, like you don't have to do like this whole like realistic like stop, grab, push, then the characters separate. Like just break the throw. That's all. Just break the throw. You know, I would have liked counter throws. That would have been nice. But like say two characters hit each other in Injustice and it causes them to like do this like canned animation every single time because they hit each other. That creates a 50-50 situation that's like manufactured and not based on the actual properties of the move, which I can see that happening because I know how you guys program games, NRS.
Damn, on blast.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
No,
Please don't do
I think
that.
you should go on the On Blast show and put them on blast.
Oh, no. Please don't do that. Don't commercialize trades because that will ruin the concept of trades.
Round one. Fight.
Max is ridiculous. Max goes, hey, Jacques, can you and Nit send me $200 to my PayPal for CD Senior? I don't want him to have an excuse to not go to Raleigh. He's got another tournament, at least one. I think. How? Ask him when you get a chance. I think he's been to 3. I don't know. It might have been 2, but I know he has. I know he has at least one full sponsorship left. If you guys are driving, I'll send you $250.
Round 2. Fight.
Yo, Star Charger beat Cat 10 times in a row? Damn.
Okay, so he's only been to 2, so he's got 2 left. Yes, that's right. Look at this shit. Okay, I'll what do you want to do then?
Wins. Round 3. Fight.
Max, I'm gonna send you my part right now, and I'll have Nit send you the rest, or if you wanna. Okay, all right, we'll do that. I'm gonna send you the whole thing right now. Well, all right, confirm with him first before I do it, because I don't want to, you know. Confirm with him that he is going to go if we send him. You're his manager. You're like his agent. Yeah, I have it, but just ask him if we sponsor him for this one, if he'll go, and that's all I need to know. And just text me, and then I'll send you the money.
Silence wins.
Okay.
Guys, Napalm, we've had like at least 6 or 7 different people on stream at one point.
Round 1. Fight.
Morty, he's not asking for a handout. He's sponsored by Combat Network.
Morty, we're sponsoring his brother.
CD Senior.
Kitana wins. Round 2. Fight!
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. I agree. It's like, oh, Gross is getting like sponsored to come to Raleigh. Well, this is what we heard, that Gross won because he won that tournament, you know, and they Dr. Gross from Dominica, and they said, oh yeah, because he won that tournament, he's getting like a paid trip to Raleigh, blah blah blah, and he's talking all kinds of shit. He's gonna blow everyone up. And now, a couple days ago, it's like, oh, Gross needs $800 to go to Raleigh. So we're all supposed to give him $800. Okay.
Kitana wins.
Okay, I'm gonna PayPal summoning, and then I guess before tonight's over, he will PayPal you the $250. Just text me the PayPal account again.
Round 1. Fight!
Make sure he levels up big time. I want to see him place like top 4.
Last time Combat Network sponsored someone, what was him and Carl, and the Combat Network won Evo. And Detroit Ballin', yes. Yes. So that Junior won Columbus, but the last 2 huge MK tournaments, the Combat Network player has won.
Fight!
So maybe CD Senior will win this one. Right. Wow. Yep. Max just says, do you have my number?
Cyrax wins. Round 3. Fight!
Okay.
Yeah, just text me. I have it. Okay. Then text summoning your email. Okay.
Damn, Winter Wars with that tech.
Cyrax wins.
Captain, we've been saying that for the last couple weeks, but no one gives a shit, apparently.
I'm gonna text Max.
Round 1. Fight!
Doesn't MLG use that other brand, like begins with a B or something like that?
Thank you.
That's it. Are they any good?
No.
No.
Well, they're 5 millisecond delay.
Okay, so
And these are
is they're sponsored by BenQ though, so
Yes.
they don't have a choice. Okay.
And so for Halo or other games, I guess it doesn't matter. But for a game like this, it definitely makes a difference.
I think it matters for anything personally. Doesn't matter what it is. It even matters for like Mario Brothers. It's
I mean, I don't know. It seems like this game is really like monitor dependent, in my opinion.
well, you want to have the least amount of delay as possible for
Yeah.
anything. So
Cyrax.
I mean, even going back to like the 2D games, like if I have like any kind of delay, I'm like no.
But wait a minute.
Max, I texted you.
Oh,
That's my setup.
Round 3. Fight.
I mean, as far as I know, as far as when I was told, they are more than twice the delay than Asus are. Because Asus is 2 milliseconds, and that's 5. So, I mean, 2.5 times the delay. Wow. Godlike spacing from Winter Wars.
Man, I want to see all three brothers in the top 3.
That would be awesome.
No, guys, seriously, I don't want to see you guys top 8, and I want is Detroit going MLG or no? He hasn't contacted us about it. He's got one tournament left with us, so. And we got Perfect Legend. I hope he booked his flight.
Round 1.
Wait, you guys are sponsoring him for this?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay.
He hasn't announced it yet. He hasn't made it public. I told him to if he wants, but
Oh. I don't know. Maybe he has. I don't know about it, but he'll probably will this week, I'd imagine.
yeah. Sorry if I dropped that prematurely, but nice. So much of like the bomb play in this with him is so UMK3. I love it. Like how you like set up like sneaky bombs, like right
Yeah.
there, like that. Boom, that's like total UMK3. I mean, it's the same exact concept. You know, it's just different frame data. Gotcha. Thanks, Maxter. I'll talk to him and see what he wants to do. Maybe I want to get him to Seasons Beatings or NEC again. I would like him to come back to NEC to defend his NEC title.
Cat, wait a minute. Evo dicks people in brackets too. You get dicked anywhere you go
Yeah,
unless
and
you go to a local tournament.
The only time that you're not going to get dicked in a bracket is if freaking Combat Network or like ATL or Ohio, the guys who know the scene. When we're running a tournament and we know where guys are from, even sometimes we don't. I remember a tournament, I think it was, I want to say it was Summer Jam last year. There were 2 players who were like brothers or something. They came together. We didn't know. We just happened to put them in the same pool first match. It was a total chance. We didn't know. And they came up to us and told us. And we were like, oh, no problem. and we just switched them because the brackets are usually the pools are usually not even,
Siren.
Right.
and it was we had enough time, we could still do it, and if we didn't, and if it was like the last pool, say it was like pool 8, and we didn't have any more pools to do, we would have just put them on opposite sides of the bracket, and if they never meet each other in the bracket, then they're still then they didn't get dicked. He's only good with girls. He's got major game, but he's got he's got. I have no problems. You know what? I have no problems with Manny. I mean, I guess because we've known each other for a while, but we always have deep conversations whenever we hang out.
So is you don't have to answer this if you don't want, but as far as Carl goes, is that like flight and hotel, or what do you cover?
Basically, I guess if he finds a cheap enough flight, it will cover flight and entry fee.
Okay.
That'll because even still our biggest sponsorship is for when someone flies out. Covers about 75 to 80%. It's out of pocket. I'd go bankrupt if I was sponsoring 100 soup to nuts. I'd love to do that, which is why everybody should purchase cables from Ultraspec Cables, where 100% of your purchase goes towards the fighting game community, right to the Combat Network donation fund. We need help sometimes. We help players as much as we can. So if you need say you're like, oh man, I need a new HDMI cable. Don't go and buy a monster cable for $99. Buy one for $10 from us.
Right.
It's the same thing. Everybody right now is playing with HDMI cables that we own. Like they're our cables for our company. Summoning has a stockpile of everything that you could possibly need for gaming here for Ultraspec. It's everything, gaming stuff, everything. And if we don't have it, we can find it. Which, by the way, Nick, somebody was asking about iPod to HDMI before, but nobody has it. Yeah, we're working on it.
Cat's got a question for you.
VGA, HDMI to VGA with sound.
Round 3. Fight.
HDMI to VGA. We have an HDMI to VGA, but we've never actually gotten over. We actually tried using one tonight before we started the stream. We physically do have the cables, but I don't think it's possible to do VGA with sound. You'd have to have. You could do DVI with sound. So if you did, you have to get that that is like a proprietary cable for certain types of video cards. Or if you have a DVI out, you can go DVI to HDMI and get sound, but you can't do it with VGA. There's no sound. Usually the VGA cable will have its own 3.5 split off it, and that's the only way you could do it. The HDMI port is broke. Oh, well, time to get a new Asus monitor. That's basically your answer there. I mean,
Cyrax.
So, are you talking for MK9 or for just your PC in general? Because there's other options. Take care, Star Charger. You could always do if you do multi-out, you can always send the audio out to a stereo.
Round 1.
So wall of text.
What is this?
He's talking about
Okay.
brackets. So you don't. I don't know.
Max, who are you talking about real quick? Okay, yeah, we only have VGA with sound on both sides, but that's really not an actual technically a cable. It just happens to have a 3.5 on it. Okay, so Max is basically saying that MLG is on the up and up. They know, where to place players, and obviously they place their top 8 from every tournament in the top seeds, probably technically in order, I would say. Whoever wins and whoever's the top 2 will go in the first and last, or at least the top part of each half of the bracket. and so on and so forth until you get to the top 16 or whoever came back. That's how I would do it, honestly, every time.
Round 2.
Yeah.
With recurring players, I would always seed out the top players. I mean, we've seeded some fantastic tournaments. You know, that's another factor. When you get to the point where there are just too many good players in a tournament and you don't seed based on previous rank, then, you know, you're going to run into problems. And it's funny how, like, we're promoting all these cables, but the cables that people are asking about are ones that just, like, basically don't exist.
Okay, so at Evo, CD Senior literally only lost to his brothers.
Yes. But they also lost pretty far into the bracket, though.
Right.
I mean, he met them only, what, in top 16 matches?
Top 30. The first one was out of pools against CD Junior.
Okay, so they all made it out of pools.
Yes.
All right,
And
that to me is fair because depending on who wins and loses, like obviously if all three of you guys make it to top 8, then you have almost a 50% chance of meeting by the time you get to top 16.
Right.
So that's just how it works. You know, and it is unfair to other players too because when say there's 6 of the same top 8, you know, those other guys are going to have to wind up fighting the same guys they fought last time,
right?
Because you guys can't fight each other. Things like that, like you can't have. Once you get to top 8, it's fair game. Like you can't, you know, maybe for like the first few tournaments we did, we made sure to see you guys out to be fair based on what really is location. You know, you guys are brothers and everything, but you could be brothers and live on the other side of the country and never play each other. So, you know,
yeah,
it's purely due to location.
Sure.
But you know, I think that you know, speaking for Combat Network, we do a pretty good job seeding, and if there is a problem, we rectify it if possible.
Finish her. Cyrax wins.
So, if there's only like 50 people in a tournament, how many matches you got to
We'll
win?
do 64.
What?
Do 64.
64 people in a tournament. How many matches you got to win to get top 8 if you stay in winners?
Okay, if you stay in winners to get the top 8, you should win 4,
Okay.
5. No, hold on, wait. Okay. I should just know this off the top of my head from doing this for so long. All right, if you have 64, that starts out with 32 matches, potentially 32 matches total for the whole tournament if the last set double dips. So then you would go with half of that. And then I think half again. So it should be 4. I'd have to map it out.
Okay.
So like, all right, 32, 8, all right, so let's see. 32 players, you win 1. I'm sorry, 32 matches, then you win 1 and it's 16. No, top 8 you gotta get a little further than that. Because you have to get to the semis. Or the quarters, I should say. The quarters in winners. So you got to be 3 from the end. So it would be 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2.
All right, so you still have to win a decent amount of matches to
Oh,
stay
yeah.
in winners.
Round 2. Fight.
But if you lose first round, you got quite a mountain to climb. Max, are you talking about Evo?
I'll be back.
Separated on different sides of the brackets in terms of before winners or when you get out of, like, before pools or out of pools? You have to fight Junior in top 32, but that depends on how many pools there are. Like, if there was only 8 pools, right? How many pools were there? 16 or 19 or something like that, right? There's a bizarre number of pools. Should never do that. I don't know why they would do that. You just have an... Oh, here. Hold on. I'm going to give summoning the info.
Cyrax wins.
There were 32 pools at EVO? So 32 pools,
Round
and then it came down to top 32. All you guys were in top 32. So what you're saying is that based upon their seeding, if all of you came out in winners, that you guys would technically be in the top half of the top 32. So that means that you only have 13 other opponents. See, now, it's funny because, like, with a company like MLG, having Tom Brady do the brackets could be considered a conflict of interest. Okay, so you're saying that they seeded you improperly, and that's why you met them too early.
Kitana wins. Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, but like again, like I said, if you have 300 people playing, you're gonna have like 32 top players in a tournament. You know, it gets to that point. You just have to accept it. Kat, the point of like preferential seating by region, location, etc., like that's really the only way you can fairly do it, because technically anybody could play against anybody all the time. Like it's just possible. It can happen. So you have to do it by location. Like I said, we always seed specifically the brothers in different pools, or if we run one big bracket, we put them as far away as possible because they play each other all the time. However, we also do this with other players, especially all the VSM players. They play each other all the time. So if we have a tournament with 12 VSM players and we have 8 pools, then that means that we're going to have a few pools where we got to have 2 VSM players in.
Kitana wins.
We're getting tired, folks. The room is emptying out, but it's been a successful test stream.
Round 1. Fight.
Yeah, you're always going to put the players by location on the as far away as possible mathematically. You know, you're going to start at 1, and we'll say 32. Then you're going to go down to 16, and then 17, since 16 and 17 are on opposite sides of the bracket and are still on opposite sides. But then you also have to consider player skill. So if you have, say, a player from California who is, a major tournament winner and a total beast, they need to get preferential seating before the location does. So it's basically just a bunch of algorithms. Yeah, but Kat, put it this way. At least if they're the best players in the tournament, 2 of them are going to get to the finals no matter what. And again, even with the seeding right, it's been a while since we've seen a CD brother dominated tournament.
Cyrax wins. Round 3.
They definitely need to go by the seeding points.
Cyrax wins.
Yes, that's true. Even based on seeding points, they definitely should not have had to meet any earlier than winter semis, which would have been top 8.
Round 1. Fight.
They met in like top 32. You also have to take into factor there could be like 10 sets of brothers in a tournament, so all that has to get all mixed into the equation.
Kitana wins. Round 2. Fight.
And again, though, the top 32, you have to take into consideration that only 16 of them are winners. So if they all made it out of pools and winners, then after the top, after those 16 players, you whittle it down to 8, and then you whittle it down to 4. So at that point, someone's got to meet someone if they continue to win. In the top 4, they're going to meet each other. The bottom line is if you seeded out a bracket of, we'll say, 256 players, if based on points they are as far away as possible, they won't meet until that point, as long as they keep winning.
Round 3. Fight.
But because they do it by pools and they may not place the players in the correct position they would have been, say it was just one huge bracket. By doing pools, it actually creates a more human error. because not only are they brothers, but they're also all in the top 16 players of the tournament, bar none. So, just based on points alone. So they technically shouldn't meet till top 16. But that would be one match after pools. Because you can't outrank seeding by location. Winter Bar says we all have our own tournament problems.
Round 1. Fight!
You can't seed on supposed skill. I mean, sometimes there's a player who hasn't really been around and they'll get the people just know they're good, and that's that whole supposed skill thing. But if you base seeding on previous tournament experience where they use a point system, and it should work if it's implemented correctly. If just say one of the brothers was only in the top 32 in terms of seeding, then that's where they have to be. But they still should be seeded as far apart as possible, based on fairness.
Round 2. Fight!
Well, if Foxy has no real tournament experience, no placements to base his true skill on, then no, then you can't say, oh, he shouldn't play so-and-so first. You know that he's good, okay? But if you're in a tournament that is that big and has that many players that have almost like contractually obligated seeding, it's very different. You can still move players in pools as long as their pools haven't been started. Moving a player out of a pool as long as it doesn't hugely disturb the pool. If it's already started, it's kind of up to the runner's discretion and how diligent they want to be at running the tournament. I actually had a player at ECT who was told the wrong pools were running by one of the ECT. One of the extra hands who wasn't like a real TO. Would have been smarter for the player to actually go over to the Mortal Kombat tournament and ask, but instead he asked one of the guys up at the front, and they told him the wrong pools were running, and then he came up to me later. His pool had already started. He had been DQ'd because he was called several times because he thought the pools before his pool was running, so he wasn't around. And I went to L.I. Joe, explained the situation to him, and he agreed that because the guy was told that the wrong pools were running, that it was okay, to move him to another pool, which we did. And that is that's going out of your way to, make sure that somebody coming to your tournament is satisfied. So it really is it's a matter of if you consider that being spoiled or not. But, we had the ability to do it.
Silence wins. Round 2. Fight!
Max, summoning's not in the room. Did he PayPal you yet? Yeah, really the best thing to do is when you get to a tournament, if you did come with somebody that you play all the time, is go right to the TOs and check to see where you're seated if they know. Sometimes the brackets aren't made. And as soon as the brackets are posted, before the tournament even starts, because you're there, you know if it started or not, you tell them, look, I came with my brother, we don't want to play each other, and they'll understand that. They're not going to ask for birth certificates or anything like that. They understand. I think they understand. But again, Napalm, Evo does have more serious time constraints because they have way, way more players to deal with. Sometimes it's not easy or convenient for them to do that. We do it out of consideration. But in no way are we obligated. Every tournament could be seeded completely randomly, and that would just be how it is. And if people complain about it enough, that might happen. And then you will have some screwy players placing in the top 8 because a player could theoretically have a very easy bracket, all the way through a 64-person tournament, all the way to, top 4 even. That theoretically is possible. If you have a 16-person tournament and 8 people are on the same team, they will all meet each other in the second match if they all win. So that's just how it works. But again, if there is a seeding base at all in the tournament, you can't put 2 players who will place dead last no matter what. Like it's and you obviously you can't make that determination, but it might happen if you don't preferentially seed the higher seed players. Oh, so you're saying that they actually notified them when they saw the brackets originally? Yeah, it can be done. I definitely don't agree with any TOs who don't help out the players a little bit. Holy crap, this room is a mess. There's like a bottle of wine on the floor. It was like Pete Steele was here. All right, players. That was the last match. These guys are tired. They got to go home. It's 3:30 a.m. It's 9:30 for summoning. We got a lot of cleaning up to do. We should just leave this stuff until the tournament. No. We can't. We got to do something. Did we take my monitor out of the box? So we will see you guys at Summer Jam, and good luck to everybody going to MLG. That's going to be a very hyped tournament. Lots of big names going there. I hope to see some big names decide to try to pick up the free money at Summer Jam. But I'm still hoping for at least 32. That's right, Max. We try our best. We make mistakes, but we can't fix them unless people point them out. All right, guys. We will see you at Summer Jam. Thanks again. Appreciate it.